That is the question for volatility traders on this lovely spring day. It's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's joke. Beware the April Foolers, or enjoy them anyway. So the question is Bitcoin about to have an explosive move, or are altcoins about to? Or both? It is now April 2024, and that means that it is very probable that we will see the fourth Bitcoin halving this month. Right now it's estimated to be sometime between around the 18th to the 29th, somewhere in that range. Depends which halving estimator you look at. And of course the actual halving will be determined by the mined block, not a particular time, which is why people don't actually know exactly when it will be. But it will be when it will be, and it will very probably be sometime this month. And what will that do to the price? Well, technically the halving itself is not what affects the price. However, the halving does reduce the new supply by 50% from the last halving, and from the last 4 years since the previous halving. So, what does actually impact the price are the returns. And what determines the returns? The volatility. You could also say the entropy. Because really, the thing that determines price action is the returns, because price follows the returns. And also, entropy tells you whether or not an asset is in a random walk or in a trending move. And so the volatility and the entropy and the probability and the statistics are how low time frame traders, for example, high frequency trading firms and the big quant shops that make algos for themselves as well as for clients, that is how they trade. They use the highly relevant maths of the mean, the returns, the volatility. The leading ones use entropy. They look at normal distributions. They look at Laplace distributions. They may also look at other distributions, but generally speaking, even the top firms pretty much stick with normal and Laplace for the most part. Now, are we likely to see Bitcoin just run up like crazy now that we're in April? And if you've seen all the YouTube videos, or any of them, from what we like to call YouTube Jimmies, that's our nickname for them over at Alpha Trading. All the YouTube Jimmies who are shilling links to their exchanges or affiliates links or courses or tools, whatever they're selling, with lagging information. For example, they're traditional TA indicators that are all based on price. Therefore, they're all lagging information. Therefore, they're basically useless for trading. But that's what people use in traditional TA. Well, you'll notice that their recent videos are all hyped up to the moon and all saying, yeah, Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 by the halving, possibly higher, maybe 150K, who knows, maybe more. Some people are saying 250,000, etc. They are saying these things. What they do about the volatility or the entropy or the actually relevant probabilities and statistics? They have no idea. They're guessing. You can even hear it when they talk. And they can say whatever they want. But it's it's very clear and very obvious if you watch them, that they have no idea what the price action is probably likely to do. Whereas with the VEPs, you can actually see with an extremely high degree of accuracy on any time frame what the probabilities and statistics say the volatility and the entropy are likely to do, and therefore what the returns are likely to do, and therefore what the ensuing price action is likely to be. So, would I say that this is the month, possibly even the week, that we're going to see Bitcoin make an explosive move to the upside, the likes of which we've never seen? Well, if you look at the 7-day time frame of Bitcoin, you'll notice that the asset remains in mean reversion to the 3012 RMLR. If you don't know what that indicator is, well, maybe because you've never seen my videos before, or any videos by Alpha Trading, in which case I recommend you go to alphatradinghq.com/discord, or just go to the Alpha Trading website, alphatradinghq.com, and click on the Discord link in the top area of the page and enter the Discord. It's free. You can get your free access to the volatility starter pack of indicators and free education and all that stuff, and learn, and you'll be introduced to the RMLR indicator through many posts that I make or that others make that show very clearly why it is such a powerful and accurate indicator, to show you specifically when the asset is moving away from the mean and when the asset is in mean reversion. And even if you look at the weekly time frame of Bitcoin, you'll see that although it didn't touch the third standard deviation band to the upside several weeks ago on the 3012 RMLR, it came real close. And on the 7-day, it did touch, and it hasn't touched since then. And that means that the asset is very, very probably, as in more than a 99% probability, it is in mean reversion to the RMLR. Now, could it take weeks or months to get there? Sure. But is it in mean reversion? Yes. Is that mean currently rising? At the moment, it's moving generally towards the upside, albeit slowly, and it will rise more suddenly or more significantly later this year, around August or September, something like that. And so it is possible that there will be a mean reversion to that area to the downside, or sideways, or maybe to the upside. However, there is an extremely unlikely probability, as in it will be less than 1%, that the price action will actually hit the 90K level, let alone this week. You can see where that third standard deviation band is, around maybe 90, 91, something like that. It is likely to hit that level before it completes a mean reversion to that 3012 RMLR. So what does that mean? That means that, it is not likely to go to 100K or higher this week, or even the next, or the week after that, or anytime this month. Could it? Yes, it could actually hit in the 100K area and then not actually touch the line, because later this month the RMLR, that third standard deviation band of the RMLR, is projected to probably rise from where it is, and if so, it may be up in the 6-digit area. However, that projection is not a price indicator. What it is a directional indicator of the RMLR. And at the moment, that level has printed around the 90K area. and looks to be pretty flat for the most of the remainder of the month, only rising slightly before the end of the month, and that's where maybe it could hit six figures without actually touching that line. Of course, as the RMLRs paint every time frame, and on the weekly or the 7 day, it'll be every 7 days, then sure, you get new information, and levels can change. However, currently, the existing probabilities are that it will not hit that level before completing a mean reversion to the 3012 RMLR. So keep that in mind. Don't get fooled by the FUD monsters and the FOMO monsters. Just trade properly using a better way to trade from Alpha Trading. Okay, that's it. Happy trading.